maps. TDS has over 50 of them, and with lots of effort put into them by every creator, and with their only goal being to add variety to this game, they do a pretty good job. But when you provide a player with a lot of options, they're obviously only going to choose the best ones. And so despite there being over 50 maps to play on, some of them, so little people end up playing that even on the TDS Discord server of over 700,000 people, less than 100 messages even mention them. These are the Lost Maps of TDS. And today I'm going to be playing 3 of them to see why nobody plays these maps, and to see if maybe, aside from the occasional random noob that stumbles upon them, they deserve our attention. Hop into full screen, like, subscribe, use star code E, and let's get started. To get started, TDS has multiple difficulties, so I'm going to be playing 3 maps, 1 for each difficulty, of which there are the lowest players. Alright, this is easy mode elite. I'm going to be playing easy mode on Enchanted Forest. This map, nobody plays on. Have you even seen it here before? I mean, maybe you have. But for the 10 of you that actually play this map sometimes, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's only 10 of you. As for Molten mode, alright, Derelict Outpost, the hardest map in TDS. This map is truly something. Seems like it was designed not to be played. Because of how long the track is here, I'm going to use a time scale just so that I can speed this game up and not have to wait so long for these enemies to reach the end. And for Fallen, the least played map across the board. Right here, hidden in plain sight, Area 52. We're going to be playing this on Fallen mode, and the loadout I have chosen here is this one, and that's because there's cliff space here. Now let's take a look at this map. This is a 2-path map, so we have double the enemies inside of this mode. The 2 paths will meet up right here. This path is obviously going to reach the towers first, and then this one. And if they make it past my defenses, they're going to walk down this track over to this little turn just before the end. All in all, this is a very difficult map. It is a short map, with the only really good spots for defense being either here or back here, since that's where your towers can actually hit both of the paths. This first wave I'm going to skip to get some money and place down a golden pyro, which I'm going to set on farthest. The pyro's hitbox is actually pretty bad. It wasn't able to hit this side. If I speed things up to 2x, I should be able to upgrade this here, and that should be a lot better. Yes, that burns pretty much all of the enemies. I'm still going to be periodically leaking, so I'm going to skip and get a brawler right here. Brawler is going to be one of my best options because I can cluster it up at the end, and that should be able to wipe out almost anything that goes towards it. I'm taking no farms whatsoever. We're going to defend here with soldier, and we're going to hope that what we have here is enough. Now, I don't know if I'll say this in the commentary, but this map is one of the least played. It's actually in the bottom 3 for every single difficulty. Basically, nobody knows that this map even exists. I mean, more people know about the happy home of Robloxia, and I guarantee you don't know what that is either. This map is so lost that even maps like Abyssal Trench, which don't even show up if you search them up. The only way to play them is if you're lucky enough to find them in some random public lobby. Maps like those get more players than even this. That's just flat out sad for this map. Like, genuinely. I'm gonna get a little bit of farming going here, even though this is easy mode. There's still double the enemies, so I kind of want to just stay completely safe. Like, for example, here, we're being rushed from this end and this end at the same time, so stuff is pushing pretty far up, actually. So much so that I'm even gonna leak. I guess that calls for yet another soldier. And as it turns out, I'm gonna leak again. So not only is this map just extremely rare and hard to find, it's also difficult enough to the point that people who play it once probably will never want to play it again. Wow, yeah, this is bad. I'm gonna have to skip and get a second level 2 soldier, and I don't even know if that's enough. Now, the problem with pyro is that it has a hit limit. It can't hit an infinite amount of enemies, so things get problematic when there's a lot of them. I'm gonna wait for the normals because I do kind of want myself an end of wave bonus. These slows are gonna be kind of problematic because a lot of them just made it through, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip and place down 2 more brawlers. This should hopefully be enough punching power here to take care of everything, and it was. And now I'm going to upgrade the pyro to be even stronger. I'm now going to set it to random just so we get all of the enemies burned and not just some of them. And I'm going to upgrade this farm here. It's not even that bad of a map either. I mean, this part you know, I'm not really happy with how the track just goes onto this runway. You can't really see it. But otherwise, it's a solid map. Like, there's not a reason you wouldn't want to play on it. Here comes Fallen Squire, which with soldiers and electro will be no problem. Now, what's interesting is both level 1 and 2 electroshockers say 4 max hits. I don't know if this one actually hits 4 enemies. Oh, I believe it does. Yeah, so I don't really need Faraday's Vest. For double damage and extra range, though, it's really tempting to buy it, but I'm instead just going to save up for the soldier. This upgrade's really good. In fact, I might want to get a DJ before getting that soldier upgrade. And the reason for that is just so I can get, you know, a discount on it. And now I'm being rushed with 2 normal bosses at the same time. This is not good at all. I mean, it's only easy mode, but you guys know TDS. Easy mode hasn't always meant easy mode. And we can see that here. And I have 5 soldiers, so I think that I'm going to be fine no matter what comes out. But that was an intimidating early game, I will admit. This wave there are hiddens, but with 3 level 2 soldiers, these hiddens should be even easier than the slows were. This lamp is actually an op right now. I can't fit my commander there, so that's great. I'm gonna have to get it here. 2 heavy bot. Okay, yeah, I have to skip because I need to use an ability here. Hopefully now I'm gonna have enough DPS, and yeah, just barely. Thankfully the breakers on easy mode have very low HP. Doesn't mean they're not gonna push up pretty far, almost to the point of leaking. That's crazy. I'm gonna set these to the range track, use an ability, and oh my goodness. These bosses have a lot of HP, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of my brawlers here. And even though I can barely fit them, there we go. That's more than enough DPS to take care of the bosses. But because of the sheer amount of enemies and how I can't hit everything, I'm going to get yet another pyro, set it to random, and then probably upgrade that farm before going back here, upgrading this pyro. And now there's a lot more bosses coming here, so I'm going to get attack combo on at least 2 of these brawlers so we can send these bosses back. And also, let's see, I think we killed all of the shadows. Okay, that's good because that's what my brawlers can't see, so if any of that leaks, then it's bad news. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to need a golden minigunner to for sure defend that next time around. So I'm not even going to waste time. I'm just going to get it straight up placed down right now. Now, thermal vision, we can afford it. So any shadows or hiddens that leak, which there's a lot of leaking, Golden Mini will be able to take care of them. Since I need the DJ anyways, you know, might as well profit off of it as early as possible, and now that I have it, absolutely shred everything. I'm gonna get a second electroshocker here, and then probably a third one back here. I didn't like how far the stuff got there. I might have to get like a soldier back here. Before I do that, let me actually, yeah, I'm gonna get my electroshockers like this instead, I think. Like that. There we go. That should be fine. Nothing's able to move. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Gonna upgrade DJ now. I can see there's more Fallen Souls coming. Hopefully, the 4 electroshockers that I have are gonna, you know, zap the souls as they're going by. And actually, I could just get thrifty music and start making money off the DJ. That's some good stuff. Now, these, I believe, should be easy. I'm noticing Fallens, though. It's not really good. Hopefully, 4 electroshockers are gonna make quick work of this. I can almost use my DJ ability again. There we go. Because DJ makes more money when there's more towers in its range, we're gonna spam a couple more soldiers. I like some breakers, but I'm gonna be fine. They're not joking around. Okay, I'm gonna get thrifty music, use an ability for some money, and then get a golden minigunner, because golden minis DPS here, 40 DPS is gonna be absolutely clutch. I'm also gonna get another soldier. And okay, we almost have max money making potential from my DJ's ability. Probably once I get my other commanders, it's going to be fine. Here come armoreds with a 50% armor. I'm going to use an ability here and probably save up for thermal vision to get even more DPS out of my golden mini. And then as soon as the buff runs out, I'm going to use it again. And wow, despite all that, stuff still almost got all the way through. Seems like I need high-tech armory here to get my minigunner's damage up to 10. Wave 15 here seems to be pretty easy since it's just 4 normal bosses and a necromancer. With this guy doing way over 100 DPS though, this isn't going to be that bad. This wave it seems like there's going to be a boss, so let me get down my final commander. Use the DJ ability, now it's making max money, so I'll be able to constantly chain. Now we just have to hope that in this amount of distance that the boss is going to cover, the golden mini is going to do enough damage. Here come breakers. I believe because of the fact that I have so many brawlers right here, it's going to be fine. And it just barely is. Clearly that tells me I need to up my defenses. So I'm going to get the last brawler here. I'm going to upgrade both of the pyros back here. And sooner or later I'm going to work on brawler upgrades. Right now it's important that I check to see what's happening. And it's more of the same stuff that we have no problem dealing with. So I can get my first few max farms going. Necromancer might be quite a problem just because it's going to spawn a bunch of skeletons. So I'm going to get attack combo on all of my brawlers. And I think, yes, we're fine. I can get my first few max farms going. Use ability here, upgrade this one. That's pretty nice. And hopefully we're not going to have to switch over. Actually, I'm going to switch over to damage here just because I really want to be confident in taking this guy out. The skeletons are a bit problematic. Okay, I think we got him. Oh no, he spawned skeletons. Okay, let's skip and buy this guy, set him on last. Give him 2 upgrades just because I need to kill this guy before we have any more stuff. And now what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to get a soldier right here. Get some quick upgrades on it. Sell that. Another soldier. Let's use an ability. Can we kill these off? Oh, this would be so depressing if I lose to that. And yeah, that will not be a problem. The golden mini is really strong. On this wave, there's a shadow boss, which is going to be a little bit problematic. I don't think it's going to be too bad, though, considering how fast we killed off the giant boss last wave, or the slow boss. So, hidden boss, yep, get shredded. Got to keep the abilities running. Now, is this enough distance for the golden mini to handle this? Yes, it is. 4 max level farms should be enough for now. I'm now going to get audio visualizer to make even more money, $1,000. I'm going to stop at this many max level farms, and I'm just going to start defending at this point. Because we did just see how far the stuff got, and I don't really want the stuff getting that far again. Also, the more towers you have in range of the DJ, the more money its ability will give, so I'm just going to get a ton of golden minis. 1250. I'm pretty sure that's the max for that level. There's a lot of Moltens, so it does look kind of scary, but we're thankfully fine. And now there's a lot more Moltens, which I do not feel safe about, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down my first DJ. Actually, my one and only DJ. I want to try and fit it somewhere in this gap just because you can't fit a lot of towers there. Anyways, there we go. Now let's get thrifty music. I'm going to switch it over to green track and, you know, start using the ability. And now I'm going to need multiple level 3 minigunners. That's because the shadow boss that comes on wave 24, there's going to be 3 of them. Because I want to stay safe against that, let alone these slow bosses right now, I have to be a little bit extra with my defenses. Okay, keep using my abilities. Gonna save up for yet another golden mini. Things are becoming a little bit scary here, but I believe once stuff is in the range of the brawlers, it just gets absolutely torn apart. Now here we go, last level 3 golden mini. I want to switch the track to purple here to give my towers some extra range. And now I'm going to switch it to damage and use an ability. Okay, not necessary, but I want it to be safe. And now I can go for max farms. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I'm back. I used the time scale and I brought some consumables because I'm going to napalm strike this guy since I really don't feel like dealing with him normally. So breakers apparently insta-break traps. Okay, good to know that. They insta-break barricades. I'm gonna get some level 3 soldiers now. I believe that's a good play. Now we're getting rushed by a bunch of enemies, but I believe with, I think that's 6 golden minis, there should be no problem. I'm going to save up for max DJ now, since I really want those Trinity buffs, and also make even more money from its cash ability. And there we go. There it is, max DJ. The Ghost Max DJ model is probably my favorite. It's a little bit off topic, but I like it a lot. Okay, let's see how much it makes now. 2,175. I believe the max is 2.3k, so let me just get, I don't know, probably 3 more gold minis. And now let's see how much the DJ makes. 2,250. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the max. We've only got, I think actually this is the final wave. Yeah, here comes the Gravedigger. Time to sell all of my farms. I have 3 minigunners over here doing over 100 DPS, so we have over 300 DPS, let alone the brawlers, so I'm feeling pretty confident in our ability to take out these hordes. And just like that, I got a max level farm. Now what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm probably just gonna get the max pyros at the front, because they're gonna get in some really good damage as these enemies are running down the track. In fact, so good that some of these enemies even die. Those deal huge burn damage, like this hidden boss has lost like 200 HP. Actually, the hidden bosses nearly burn completely to death. That's impressive. The fire lasts for a majority of, wow. 800 damage dealt to those two bosses, and all these breakers are just dying. So Pyro on Lost Maps is absolutely a Giga Chad. The Molten mode game was taking the longest, so to simplify, I got some max pyros for the big breakers, and then I spammed a bunch of golden minigunners at the back. Just before the end, I got some upgraded brawlers, and from here, well, you're gonna have to see how we do against the final wave. Now I'm gonna switch my DJ over to the purple track. This is now gonna give our golden minis a huge range just so we can get some damage dealt on the Gravedigger. Yeah, let's wait for him to get closer in range. Now let's press F and let's see. Does he get slowed down? I believe so. He gets a little bit slower. And now I could switch it to damage, but doesn't matter because he got absolutely shredded. Here it is. So I'm gonna slow the game down to 1x and I'm gonna start moving my brawlers near the Molten boss just so we can start beating it up and getting some good damage done. These pyros are now useless because they're out of range. Let's get some money and let's begin maxing my golden minigunners. Unfortunately, the Molten boss is on the track that I didn't want it to be on, but let's keep moving our brawlers here, getting in as much damage on it as possible. I believe oh my god, I'm lost. I got stuck in a building. I believe I can move another brawler to the Molten boss here in a second. Yep, I can. There we go. Now I'm going to switch my DJ to range because I want my towers to be able to see further. And let's keep moving the brawlers that are off cooldown closer to the Molten boss. I'm genuinely impressed. The brawlers almost completely on their own. The golden minigunners, thankfully, absolutely destroyed the Molten guards. But again, absolutely shocked by the performance of the brawlers because they on their own did over 50k damage to this Molten boss as I'm just moving them around. Yeah, this is 200 DPS on each of them. Wow. We've only just barely started getting action in from the minigunners, and there we go, the Molten boss is dead. As for Fallen mode, please don't lose Napalm Strike. I'm gonna lose because that stuff is hidden. I may not have won, but I've still fulfilled my purpose. I've shown you the most lost map in TDS, as well as the other two. And from here on out, my fellow viewer, everything is up to you. Should these maps be getting more players, or are they really just too bad or too hard to be played? We've seen the sad fate of them, and hopefully, we ourselves never become as lost as these maps. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, use star code E, and I'll see ya.